Hurting people hurt people. People hurt others as a result of their own inner strife and pain. Coming up, Floyd Shivambu is now embroiled in a legal storm after MK Party national spokesperson Nhlamulo Ndhlela demanded a retraction and a public apology over a defamatory remarks that Floyd made during the eNCA interview. I don't know about you guys, but it is clear that Floyd is really hurting. He's messing up big time now, going after people who he claimed they've hurt him. But that only symbolizes the hurt that he himself is going through, of which, if you ask me, that is a huge blunder from Floyd. This is not the time to behave like he's behaving right now, nor is it the time for him to go after people he claimed to be his enemies, especially when he's still within the MK, and of course, especially when he's still building his political career.
Report which was presented in the officials, which the meeting of officials that took that decision, that report came with him, and it was given to him by the people I refer to as scoundrels.
Do you know who they are, by the way? I'm just curious.
It's different people there. That includes an imbecile, a fool called Nhlamulo Ndhlela, one of the foolish leaders of Umkhonto, weSizwe, who unfortunately represents the people there. He's always on drugs and always high on alcohol in terms of how he deals with issues. That is what we're dealing with every day. And he will even take pride that he is going to tell lies to President Zuma about him. And of course, he will use the otherwise very gullible and directionless daughter of President Zuma, who of course has got first front row access to President Zuma by virtue of being the daughter. So that is basically what we're dealing with. And of course, Nhlamulo was working with this
druggie on social media?
I didn't say that. I didn't say she's a druggie. I said there are people who take drugs, which is true, and insult me on social media at night, and which is a fact in terms of what happens. Look, I don't want to deal with those issues. If anyone wants to challenge me about that, they can ask me privately as to who takes drugs and insult me, and I'll tell them. But I don't want to speak about that in public now.
It is said that a person who aspires to lead a political party in the near future would resort to such disparaging remarks and character assassinate other leaders, let alone doing that while still within the very same party with those leaders. To be honest, guys, all the people who were anti-Floyd, I mean the Duduzile Zumas, Mary Padi, Nhlamulo Ndhlela, and I mean the Kehlelezis, all of those people who were anti-Floyd didn't have much to accuse Floyd for, let alone the issue of Malawi, of course. They didn't have much to accuse Floyd for until lately, of course, because right now it seems like Floyd is giving them all the reasons to fire him and to hate him even further. Now, what Floyd doesn't understand is that what he is doing right now, he is denting his own image. Floyd had a whole lot of things going for him. He had the ground forces behind him. I mean, even the party that he is planning towards, it would have been very easy for him to form a party, because there are a whole lot of people out there who believe that Floyd has been served a raw deal here. Floyd really is innocent in all this. But lately, I believe that I'm not the only one now starting to have doubts about Floyd's character. But even the people in the ground now, okay, those people who were saying hands off Floyd, I believe some of them now, they're starting to say, no, man, Floyd, come on, dude. You've got everything going for you. Okay, of course, fine. People were trying to character assassinate you. But so far, you've been handling everything okay until lately, when now you start to attack people. Why? Floyd didn't have to do what he's doing currently. And when I thought about this before I came to this video, guys, I was like, yeah, this man is hurting. And of course, now even he's thinking now, he's not thinking rationally, really. And he's messing up his future with his own hands by attacking other people. Even if he knew that Nhlamulo Ndhlela is on drugs and an alcoholic, it is not his place to expose Nhlamulo Ndhlela. Okay. Floyd was supposed to be just a bigger man, like he has been doing all along. To just focus on exposing the dirt, not the people, but the dirt that is happening within the MK, and of course proving himself innocent, and not retaliating on anything that's being said about him. Of course, it will be here and there where he had to put the record straight, but focus on building yourself. People still believe in you, Floyd, on the ground. But when you go the way you are going right now, yeah, I'm start to doubt now that even that particular party will be able to take off. And he has recently went to tweet and throw a poll out there for people to vote. I think maybe he did that hoping that people will support his idea of opening a new party. But the polls went the other way, and he later deleted a tweet. And I was like, oh, Floyd, why, oh, why did you do that? Why, oh, why did you do that? There was no need for you to do that, especially while you are still within the MK. Because when you do that, it makes you look very vindictive, and that can work against you. There was really no need for Floyd to go after Duduzile Zuma, calling her directionless. Although we see and we know that she is, of course, directionless and she's clueless when it comes to politics, we are aware of that. But consider where you are right now, Floyd. There was no need for you to call her that. And I know that she has attacked you in the past, swearing at you. But it is times like this where you become a bigger man and not retaliate. And I totally agree with Clement Manyathela here.
He seems like he's emotional. He seems like he doesn't have strategy at all. And as I've said, again, I have no problem with Floyd Shivambu. I do think that he's a smart person. I think he really understands politics, but I don't think he's got a political identity. I think he was always a Floyd of the EFF, a Floyd who is the deputy of Julius Malema. And it's almost like he's trying to redefine himself now to be this radical person. But that is, there can only be one Julius Malema, whatever you do. And I feel like it's too late for you to also try and redefine your political identity now. Julius Malema didn't start being Julius now. He was always this man who's a straight shooter, who causes problems for even his colleagues because he speaks his mind from the day when he was in the ANC Youth League. Jacob Zuma has always been a charmer. When you read books about exile, you get a sense of this is the man who's always been. So they don't just start in their 80s, in their 40s, 50s to somehow solidify a political identity. And for you to be a strong, influential politician, that work begins a long time ago. And I think he's all over the place now. I mean, listen to what he said. And that's a thing about him as well, right? First of all, it was what he said about Jacob Zuma, right? Remember, I've played you clips because I always like reminding you of how flip-floppers politicians are. So trust them at your own peril. He said nasty things about Jacob Zuma. And then what did he come back and say? Oh, we were misled. As if he was a little boy who's 8 years old and didn't have a brain. And he didn't think for himself because he took whatever was given to him. Please, we're not children. Now he's coming out to say cult personalities in the EFF. And yet, when he was constantly asked about the level of democracy in that party, he's always defended it.
And if you look closely right now, guys, Nhlamulo Ndhlela is scoring all the points that were supposed to be scored by Floyd Shivambu. Just listen to Nhlamulo Ndhlela here with Clement Manyathela and how polished and smart this guy sounds. Listen to this.
He says you're a drug addict, says you're a drunkard. What are you doing about that? Will you be challenging that in any way?
Well, it's said that a person who wants to lead a party will resort to such disparaging comments and character assassinate me. I've never had any issues with him. But the reality is I've got a whole lot more, a whole lot more intelligence emotionally than him. I'm leaps and bounds with, when it comes to even thought level and strategy when it comes to him. And that's a fact. I've sat with him. But I take nothing from him because I've learned from him as well in terms of, organizational structures and so on and so forth. So he's had some good input to the party. We can't take that away. But let's not allow a situation where a person is now going to have delusions of grandeur and an overextended ego and think that they are the superior authority of intellect over everyone else. As you heard him say, he said he had qualitative, experience and intelligence compared to all national officials put together. That includes the president. So he's saying that he's smarter than the president. Well, here's the reality. I don't take drugs. I've actually been taken them on, and I've gone to the point, in actual fact, where, funny enough, and here's what's also interesting. This week is Drug and Alcohol Awareness Week, right, from the 22nd to the 27th. So as part of the initiative, I said, oh, well, this is actually interesting that this actually coincides with that. I've gone and actually done a drug test. And it's important that we bring this issue, we surface issues of, abuse of drugs, abuse of alcohol to the public. And as a leader, I think I must lead from the front and do those kind of things. And take advantage of the fact that, by the way, funny enough, here it is. Here's a gentleman who goes and makes such disparaging character assassination comments about me. Let's actually surface these issues because these are societal problems. So I will be sharing that with you. I'll share my drug test with you. I've already printed and scanned and tweeted my letter to him, which is a letter of demand. I expect him to apologize. I am not in any fighting spirit with him. I'm a leader of Umkhonto weSizwe.
Nhlamulo Ndhlela here was eating Floyd's lunch in broad daylight, capitalizing on each and every mistakes and blunders that Floyd did. If you ask me, I think Floyd Shivambu has lost his direction right now. He doesn't seem to be in his right mind and be clear of what is it that he wants to do and how he plans to execute it. That is my thinking. What do you think? Let me hear your comment below. And of course, if you're coming for the first time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.